So today we're going to talk about what it means to nurture leads and build a pipeline. And today's episode is near and dear to my heart because this will make or break you in this business. But before I jump in today's episode, if you have not been over to nextlevelwholesaling.com, head on over there and take the next level wholesaling assessment. If you want a business that throws off cash month after month after month without your personal day-to-day involvement, you want to get off the treadmill and build something that's going to feed you year after year after year, go to nextlevelwholesaling.com, take the free wholesaling assessment. It takes 5 minutes, 100% confidential. No one else is going to know your answer. And after you take this thing, it's going to become abundantly clear on what you're going to have to do next to start building that business of your dreams. All right, so let's jump into what it means to nurture leads and build a massive pipeline. Let me tell you, I'm going to get heated during this episode because, man, what I'm going to talk about today is so simple, but nobody does it. And so I can tell you that my students, the people listening to this, are the top wholesalers in the country. And there's a reason for that. Success leaves clues. They do what I'm talking about here today. So what does it mean to nurture leads and build a pipeline? Well, it's interesting because I own some rental property, and so I get marketing all the time from real estate wholesalers. And let me tell you, your competition sucks. A couple things that have happened the last couple of weeks. I've got some text messages asking me if I wanted to sell my property, and I responded, yes, I would like to sell a property by the end of the week. I'm desperate. I literally put that in the text message that I replied to some cold marketing. Guess what? I never got a text back, if you can believe that. Okay. And I made it sound real. Also, I got a mailer in the mail last month, and I called and I spoke to someone, and I sounded somewhat motivated, not crazy motivated, but just a little bit motivated. I act like I was a motivated seller, didn't know who it was. And I said, let me think about it. They called me the first time, followed up again, never heard from them again. About 5 months ago, I called off another mailer, and I called back the company. I left a message, and I called back the company. I did not leave a message, okay? Just a missed call, but I called off one of their postcards, right? Never got a call back. Let me tell you, your competition sucks. By the way, I do this all the time, and sometimes we've actually role played with some of our competition, and I played it for my people. And I'm like, guys, this is what you're up against. Like, you could wipe the floor with these guys. So here's the good thing, is that if you are willing to nurture leads, and I'll show you how to do this today and build a real pipeline, you will be absolutely unstoppable. Okay, so get ready. And I'm going to give you some just simple stuff. This is like 101. And by the way, if you combine this stuff with a no limit selling system, go ahead and check that no limit sales system. That's going to make you unstoppable talking to sellers, right? Doing bigger deals, compressing that timeline, making a lot more fun, and also eliminating the time wasters so you could focus on those big deals. So I highly recommend that. With this, check that out at nolimitsalessystem.com. All right, so because your competition sucks and you're going to do what I tell you, this is going to be really easy. So what does it mean to build a real pipeline? Well, it all starts with marketing. Marketing. I can't emphasize this enough. Pick one channel, focus that, and master that. Okay, you got to generate 5 leads a day for $1 million business. Okay, 5 leads a day for $1 million business. And this is easy to do. My second favorite way right now is postcards. I've always loved postcards. One of my favorite lists are inheritance leads. So you could check out nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/inheritance, nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/inheritance. If you call them, make sure Todd Toback, they told you that Todd Toback sent you, and they will actually send you the back leads, the older inheritance leads, for free. By the way, inheritance leads are great. I'm not going to make this a marketing episode, but because someone's inherited a property, they usually don't have an attachment to it unless they're living there, which they still have to sell, but they're usually at that prime time to sell. nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/inheritance. My third way, besides the database, is social media marketing and partnering with influencers in your area. I've talked about that in other episodes, but those are my top 3. right now. So you need to generate just 5 leads a day. And when I say 5 leads, are you ready for this? This is anybody who has called you for any level of motivation. So they called you and hung up. They called you and said, take me off your list. Or they say, hey, you know what? I've been thinking about selling. 5 people a day. That's it. Don't be like, oh, these 5 leads suck. 5 people a day who contact your company for any reason whatsoever off a piece of your marketing, even if it's take me off your list. Because why? Because out of those 5 people, again, this is where people mess up. They're like, nobody's motivated. This marketing sucks. That's bullcrap. Because, ready? 5 leads a day, only one out of that 5 needs to be reasonably interested in selling. So out of 5 people who call you or contact you or email you or text you, only one needs to be reasonably interested in selling in any level. That's it. Now you're like, Todd, what the hell? That's hardly anything. My life sucks. This is too hard. You know, there's no way. Okay. Well, if you do that every single day, day in, day out, and get consistent, remember I said what it means to nurture leads and build a pipeline. Okay. This is about putting in the work, because guess what? If you work 5 days a week and you're only generating 5 leads a day, let's say 4 of them are totally crappy and you only got 1, that's 22 real leads every single month. Real leads, people who are reasonably interested in selling. That's basically 5 a week, 22 a month. A little bit more than 240 I'm sorry. So out of that, take that back. That's 22 really good leads a month. Now, out of those 22 leads, you're going to have over 240 leads in a year. Like really good leads. Now, once you have them, you have built a pipeline, because basically, if you think about this, right, after 30 days, it's 22 leads. 60 days, it's 44 leads. 90 days, you have 66 leads that you are following up with. I mean, that's a lot. So for you to talk to 66 people that you've got to follow up with, you know, that's going to take some work. But the good thing is those are people who have raised their hand and say, yes, I have interest, right? So now you understand how this builds up. Man, this is going to get easy. If you're not using a database, right, to keep track of your sellers, first of all, you're crazy. Like the database, having a database is like one of the most important things. I highly recommend our recommended vendor, excuse me. And if you want to check them out, go to nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/CRM, customer relationship management software. CRM, that's what it is. Check that out, but have them go into there. Now, these leads overall, you should be calling them at least once a month, if not once a week. So your pipeline will start to get filled, and you will have real prospects. Now, you want to invest in the No Limit Selling System. If you don't want to buy it, listen to the podcast. I give virtually all of it away for free. If you want it more organized, compacted, some bonuses, buy the system, super cheap. But this is easy. So, a couple of tips. Number one is, if you want to build a pipeline, build consistency. You got to market every single week. Every single week. So whatever you choose your pipeline, whether it's direct mail or social media marketing, partnering with an influencer, turn on the marketing and get uncomfortable. You got to be spending like minimum $2,000 to $3,000 a month, and $5,000 is the number. If you can't come up with $5,000 a month, scratch, claw, beg, barter, steal, do your first deal, get a second job, drive Uber. Okay, I'm only joking when I say this, but open up an OnlyFans account. But make it happen, right? No freaking excuses. Sell some crap. Or get a partner for 12 months, right? Do a partner, set up a partnership and say, invest in my company for 12 months. I'll split the profits with you for the first 12 months. After that, we go our separate ways. Have somebody else invest the money. But you got to have those leads coming in every single day, because if you do that, you're going to be unstoppable. Next, if you have mail coming in, direct mail, if you can answer live, great. If not, you've got to get people back on the phone immediately. Okay, really, really fast. And this is where people mess up. I talk about the stalker method. So if you cannot get someone on the phone for the first time, you call them 3 times, back to back to back. When I mean back to back to back, we call this the stalker method. So you call them once, they don't answer, immediately, like 0 seconds later, hit send again. Call them, right? And then the third time, they will most likely answer that third time because people will answer the phone typically when someone triple taps them, okay? If they don't answer then send a text message and then leave a voicemail. Do that the first day. The second day, do it 2 times. Voicemail, text message. Last day, do it 1 more time. Leave a video and a text message. And then on the last day, this is something we recently added, send a video, okay? Right here, I got my phone. Hey, this is Todd. I know that you called on one of my postcards. I've been trying to get a hold of you, right? Maybe you changed your mind. Do me a favor. If you're not interested, can you just give me a thumbs down? I won't contact you. But if you are, right, just send me a text and let me know what time we can chat. Boom, send the video, hit send. I tell you, you send 10 of those, you're gonna get 1 or 2 people back on the phone. Do those little things. Now that's called nurturing, right? If you think about it, your competition, if they can't get someone on the phone, they're just gonna leave it alone. You send a little video, look, oh, it's nurturing, right? You're giving them a hug, you're telling you love them, you're making them laugh, you do a video, just a 1 extra step. And literally that's gonna take you an extra, 2 minutes, maybe? Right? So you do that, 2 or 3 times a day? It's gonna take you 12 minutes. Tell you what, your competition is not doing this. Second, within that CRM, you should be texting people on a regular basis because some will slip the crack. So through that platform I recommended, our nolimitsrealestateinvesting.com/CRM, this is a partnership that we've got with FreedomSoft, you literally can text people automatically or put them on an autoresponder, both email, if you have their email address, and text message. Gotta do it. Third, every single lead in your database has an appointment for you to speak to them next. So what does it mean to nurture? Nurture means at the end of every date, at the end of every phone call, you decide when you're gonna talk next. You set an appointment and say, hey, listen, why don't we talk in 1 month on Tuesday at 12:30. I'll make this appointment and I'll be right on time. And tell this, hey, don't worry too, just if you could put that on your calendar, I'd appreciate it. But maybe I'll text you the day before, right? And remind them and follow up. Not everyone's gonna make their appointment. Frankly, 50% of the people are not gonna make their appointment, but those 50% that do, you've got follow-up. And you're gonna be keeping these mini promises to people, right? You're gonna be nurturing and building relationships, and you're gonna close deals that your competition isn't. Man, you're gonna be killing it. 3 is for the people who you don't get a hold of, okay? I'm gonna highly recommend that once you can afford it, because your pipeline, right, is gonna continue to build and build and build and build and build. And by the way, if you've got 90 people to follow up with and you're trying to close deals, this is gonna get too much. And you're gonna stop following up, right? Because you're a killer closer. So my recommendation, you can build $1 million business with 3 employees, a good VA, a good lead manager, and yourself as the closer. So you're gonna probably have to hire a lead manager here pretty soon if you're serious about this business. So someone who's gonna call all of your leads every single month and get those people back on the phone to set you up on an appointment to close the deal. That's nurturing, because if you're starting to let leads slip through the cracks, right? I don't blame you, right? I get it. You can't do everything at once. So as soon as you feel like, oh, I should follow up with these people, and oh, I missed this, oh, I was too busy to follow up, that's probably it's time to hire a lead manager. And so if you can't love your peeps, your leads, guess what? Bring somebody else who will on your team. Because if your company doesn't, if you don't hire somebody else is gonna come in and snatch that deal. The soul crushing thing is, I coach you how to make $50K in a deal. So if you can imagine that you could pay someone $40K a year, and by the way, that's not all up front, right? That's $3,000-$4,000 a month. Think about what's gonna happen if one of your competitors gets a couple of $50K deals over you and they made $100 grand because you wanted to hold on and call these people yourself when you actually didn't have time. Okay, that's brutal. All right, so I'll review. Number 1, remember your competition sucks. So you don't be that. Take your profession seriously and follow up. You don't need to generate a ton of leads, but 5 a day is just ideal. You can get one of those who are mildly interested in selling. Out of those one, okay, you're going to have 22 a month because you work 5 days a week, hopefully. Okay, if not, I mean, you got to check yourself here. Out of those 22, I tell you what, there's 2, 3, 4 of those are going to turn into deals. You're going to have 240 leads a year, right? Geez, you got 20, 30 deals there at 50K a pop. You're not doing bad. All right? If you're doing big deals, if you're doing little tiny little eensy-weensy deals, this business is going to suck. Do big deals. Next is, once you're generating leads, make sure you use that stalker method, right? Call them 3 times the first day, 2 times the second day, 1 time the third day, leave voicemail, text, also send a video. Your competition isn't doing that. Every lead has a follow-up, every single one. Give them a time and a date, an appointment, text them the day before. Automatically text your database. Check out the CRM I recommended, nolimitrealestateinvesting.com/CRM. And if you start to feel like these leads, you are missing them, you're not following up properly, I get it. You can't do everything. Then you've got to hire a lead manager. And a lead manager will call those leads for you and set you up. And I guarantee you, you do this, and when I say I guarantee you, it's going to be, I guess there are no guarantees in life. Your life will be easier. I guarantee you that. And this person will set you up on appointments, having you only talking to the most motivated sellers, with them following up with your precious leads that you need to nurture so that your competition is not. Build the pipeline, nurture the pipeline. Build the pipeline, nurture the pipeline. And all of that starts with generating leads. So I hope you enjoyed today's show. I hope you make $1 million, and I will talk to you on the next episode.